This very important question. I'm sure that all of you are thinking about this question. I'm cutting the surprise so short. The question is whether to get into a partnership business or not. This question is there in the minds of every single entrepreneur, more so with their family members. So let's look at, in this particular video, what are the options, what kind of a secret code that we can uncover to make our partnership business work. Being a part of a company as a partner for almost 23 years is a great experience. And whatever businesses that we do, my partner and I, we do it together. And that kind of an understanding we have, and we've been successful all these years. Along with that, I've also interacted with many successful partnership businesses in India as well as in the Middle East, and I really picked up some interesting lessons from all of them. In this particular video, I'm going to give you 4 super steps to become an effective and a very successful partnership business. How to do that? Let's look at it. First and foremost, the very first step is to have a clear understanding between each other. Also to figure out what are the core strengths, skills and different kind of behavioral pattern between two partners. What is good for me may not be good for him. The same thing applicable in terms of behavioral pattern also. Somebody will be very aggressive, somebody will be very slow, somebody would like to interact with customers more, somebody would like to stay at office and do a lot of finance stuff, things like that. So let's have a clear understanding between two partners in terms of strengths, core skills as well as behavioral aspects. The second important step is about dividing the business into different functions. Sales, marketing, HR, production, operations and things of different activity that comes into a business. Whatever may be the business, whether it is small, big or very large. So each one of those partners need to have a clear understanding about which domain each one of them are getting into. The moment somebody gets into it, please let that particular person independently do whatever he or she wants to do. Don't ever interfere because it is their function, they know how to decide. The third important step is all about having a very high discipline and a proper system in the office to follow. Whether you're going into the office time, signing it in the attendance, treating that as a separate entity, and you as an owner are not actually owner, you are also one of the very important pillar of taking the business to the next level. So have the discipline, very clear discipline of going to the company, working in the company, in terms of finance, everything you need to have a very clear cut discipline. And the last and most important thing, it's all about trust. Once you've given independent in charge of some particular activity, some functions are taken care, also a very clear discipline in terms of what to do, then you have to be just rest assured that that particular partner, you need to go all out and trust him, because you have to keep in mind that whatever has to happen, I'm going to trust my partner. So that's the 4 simple steps which I've come across in a lot of discussion. Now let's look at some of the examples. Let's say, for example, every function of a business is different. For example, if a marketing guy need to probably travel a lot, maybe it depends on the product or services, he may have to fly business class, he may have a bigger car, he may have to have a luxury car in terms of more expenses, eating dinner and 5-star hotels along with few of the customers. Depends on the business, all this is part of the game. But if you look at the other partner who's actually not traveling, he doesn't go to different countries, he stays at the office, but he takes care of the finance, he takes care of the operations, he takes care of the back end. That is what is his core strength. So he may not require to travel that very frequently, he may not require to have bigger cars. So all that is not part of this domain. So just because a marketing guy is spending a lot of money in traveling and car, the other person should not say, okay, I also need to have this. No, that doesn't work that way. So this is another example that I wanted to share. Now, many successful people, I want to share this interesting example. 4-5 friends together, everybody are so passionate about food and restaurant. they have a bigger vision. They wanted to serve the community. Each one of them are running their own respective businesses, but they wanted to have some kind of a charity aspect attached to it. So they wanted to passionately involved in some of their passionate area. So they started a chain of cafes and restaurants, and some part of the profit would automatically goes to a charity, which all of them are part of it. So this business they've started off, and each one of them have their own domain expertise. And they started with one outlet, then they moved to another outlet. Then they have now different number of outlets in the country of Qatar, and they are all doing extremely well. So this is one example which I've seen. People in Middle East, to a large extent, they work beautifully. More partnership businesses. There'll be one person driving the business, 2-3 people will be working some other company, but they'll be investing in the company. They'll also come whenever they have time, and more so with not much of a documentation, not much of a written agreement, with so much of trust. So I've seen many companies successfully running together, all because of the trust level, all because of leaving the independent people to look after their own respective domains, and also not interfering in each other's role. So these are some of the things which I have learned. Hope you liked it. Thank you very much. Bye.